welcome back to Miss Carol's Kitchen. We've had our eggs sitting in vinegar for a little while now. Okay, and we are now ready to pour off the vinegar and make some observations of our egg cells. So you'll notice that there's some sort of crusted stuff around our glassware. So as you may guess, that is the leftover shell from the egg. And here's what our egg looks like now. So you can see the color of it has changed. This isn't the camera. It actually is kind of yellow looking. So we're seeing through the clear white part and we can see the yolk a lot better now. You can see on either end where we still have some shell. Actually, no, this one's pretty good. But that one, I think that part of the egg was kind of up above the water level a little bit. And this is egg number 1. So I'm going to do the same thing for egg number 2 in a minute here. But I'm going to take some measurements, the length and the width, and we're going to see if they've gotten bigger or smaller or stayed the same. But just a note on texture here, you can see that this is very squishy. If you have the supplies at home, I totally recommend trying this because it is really cool to feel how squishy this egg has become. It's just such a huge difference from what it was before. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to angle this down a bit, and I'm going to put this on my paper the way I did at the beginning, and I'm going to make marks for its length and its width. And you know what, while I'm at it, I'm just going to do egg number 2 here. This is my sink full of dishes that I haven't done, and I better mark which is number 1 and 2. There we go. Okay, and I'm just going to pause the video while I actually take my ruler and measure these. Okay, back again. So here are my measurements. You can see how tidy this is. It's not, but that's okay. So my measurement for egg number 1, the length is, what is that, 66 millimeters, and the width is 47.5 millimeters. So both of those are an increase from what we saw compared to the initial egg. And for egg number 2, my measurements are 63.5 millimeters. I can't read backwards here. And I think that's 51.5 millimeters. And again, that is an increase for both length and width. So to summarize, qualitatively, we have a change in our eggs because they are no longer hard with a shell. They are soft. They are no longer white. They're more of a yellow color. They're very squishy. You can sort of squeeze them into a perfectly spherical shape if you want. You can see how much I can dent the end here, right? Pretty cool. And then quantitatively, in terms of numbers, we see an increase in both length and width for both eggs. And what I'm going to show you now is what we're going to do for the next 24 hours, which is cover them both in corn syrup. Okay, so here I have egg number 2. I'll do the same thing for egg number 1 in a minute here. So basically this is a sugar solution. And just to give you a little bit of a spoiler alert, I'm just going to let you know that corn syrup is mostly sugar, and this particular membrane, the egg cell membrane, is highly permeable to water and not so permeable to the glucose and fructose, which are the monosaccharides in this corn syrup solution. Okay, you can see that it's a very viscous solution, which means it doesn't spread very easily. But it does have some water. If I read out the ingredients of this, it does say, let's see here, glucose, fructose, water, molasses, and salt. So there is water in here, there is salt in here, and there are sugars in here as well. So what we're going to do is we are now going to let these sit for about 24 hours, and we're going to make some observations. And you can see that the corn syrup isn't completely covering them. But what I'll do is I'll be sure to actually flip these over every now and then and make sure that all the sides are sort of getting access to corn syrup. I'm going to see if maybe I can cover them actually. I think I have enough. All right, so if you would like to try this at home and the only thing holding you back is the fact that you don't have corn syrup, something you could do instead is just mix up a very sugary sugar water solution, and that would do the trick. Or if you have some pancake syrup in the fridge, that would do. What else? In a pinch, I guess you could just make a very salty solution with salt water, and that would work just as well. Okay, so stay tuned. The numbers for this are going to be in the Google Doc that I have posted in Google Classroom, and you can access all of my observations, quantitative and qualitative, and they'll be in the Google Doc in Classroom. Okay, until next. Oh, wait, request from Haley. Haley wanted to see my dog. Hang on. Come here, pup. There's Daisy, and she's gonna lick the corn syrup. Not so much. Do I smell like vinegar? Yeah, she's not having it, and she's wet. Anyway, hi Haley. Okay, that's it.